Howdy neighbors, David here. And today on Boondock Stallions, we are continuing with our 31 Days of Horror and just finished the movie Psycho from 1960, directed by Alfred Hitchcock, and probably one of the greatest movies ever made. Now, before we get started, go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe. And if you would like a chance to win some money, subscribe, comment down below and say you subscribed, and you'll be entered for a chance to win either $50, $25, or $10 on Halloween when I pull names out of a hat during my live stream show. So, try to win some money. I mean, you don't have to subscribe. I'll keep my money. It's my money. YouTube is in no way responsible for the payout. The payout will be me, either using Google Pay, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, or like I can meet you and just give you the cash. Like, either way. So, Psycho. This is a great movie because at the first time I saw the movie, I had already seen, Friday the 13th, Child's Play, A Nightmare on Elm Street, the basic 80s horror movies that came out while I was a little kid. And my dad was like, well, if you think those movies are great, wait until you see the grandmother of them all, because I was under the impression that Jamie Lee Curtis was the Scream Queen. And then my dad is like, no. It was actually her mother, Janet Leigh, in the Psycho movie that is the original black and white Scream Queen. And he couldn't have been more right if he tried. My dad really outshone himself with letting me see this movie when I was 8-ish. 7, maybe 8. I know I was young, and he'd known that I'd seen worse because my older sisters, who are 8 and 12 years older than me, decided, you know what, let's just terrify our little brother and show him the most goriest, violent movies ever made and try to wean him off of being a scaredy cat. And, mission accomplished. Thanks, sisses. But my dad then showed me this movie, and I loved it, black and white. And I'd already seen a lot of Alfred Hitchcock Presents, his old TV show, which, by the way, amazing. You should check that out if you ever get the chance. I love that this movie starred Janet Leigh and follows her around for the better part of an hour as the main character, and then murders her in the shower for the most iconic death ever in cinematic history. Even if you've never seen Psycho, you've seen that shower scene reference. The screaming and dying and chocolate syrup and black and white everywhere. It was a great movie. And then, they killed off the main character and had us start following around another main character and another main character. And you're like, what is happening? And then the big reveal at the end that Norman Bates' mother was dead the entire time and that he was dressing up as her and had a multiple personality disorder and was responsible for the deaths of many people. Awesome. And here's a question. I'll add $5 to the number one prize if anybody can guess this answer. What do the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, let's scratch that. What do Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Norman Bates from Psycho, and Buffalo Bill from The Silence of the Lambs all have in common? If you know, I'll put it in the bottom and I will Venmo you $5. Like, that is, if you know what it is, because, like, honestly, and there's a video on my channel discussing this very thing, so you can scroll, look, watch it, and be like, haha, $5. Anthony Perkins is amazing, and I think the fact that he stuck around for all 3 sequels, and the fact that there were even sequels to this movie, which we'll be doing, I'm doing all of those in order, so I just did Psycho, and then next we'll do Psycho 2, 3, and 4, and I hate that people label Psycho 4 as a prequel, even though it's set after the events of the 3rd movie, and Norman is telling the story of his childhood, and that was a really good one, and people underrated it because it was made for HBO and didn't make it to theaters, but the one thing that makes that such a strong sequel is that Psycho 4 was written by Joseph Stefano, who wrote the script for Alfred Hitchcock's very first Psycho movie, so there was consistency in the story, and he even tried to ignore the events of the sequels, but still make sure that people knew that the sequels happened and that this is where Norman is after parts 2 and 3. And so I really enjoyed that. Henry Thomas, you might remember him as the little kid from E.T. as Elliot. He played the teenage Norman Bates, and he nailed it. As a matter of fact, that was probably the best young Norman performance we got until the show Bates Motel, which for the first couple of seasons I thought was trying to be too different from the Norman Bates story and just keeping the psycho stuff in the background. But I feel like that made the show suffer, and I feel that they course corrected, because by the time you get to the fourth season, all that extra world building that was going on in the background that nobody really liked is just kind of sidetracked to delve more into the Norman and his mother relationship and where it was going to go. Actually, the thing I really felt tragic about while watching the first couple of episodes of Bates Motel was I was like, this is a great show. This kid is doing phenomenal at being Anthony Perkins, Norman Bates, and, you know, doing it, making it his own. But you really love his character and you really love his mother's character, and you care about these two so much. And then you think about where it ends, and you know that no matter what happens on this show, it ends with Norman murdering his mother, putting on her clothes, and living as two people for the next couple of years. Such a good show. If you haven't watched it, watch it. I think it's on Hulu. I'm almost certain it's on Hulu. The sequel, 22 years later, you know, stays in real time, and I didn't think was going to be a good movie, and then it was amazing. And then what's funny is it kind of followed the Superman saga, because Psycho 1 and Superman the movie, amazing movies. Superman 2, Psycho 2, just as good as the original, and it lives up to it. Psycho 3, Superman 3. Psycho 4, Superman 4. That's where they departed ways, because Psycho 4 was superior and Superman 4 was like, why? Like, I love Christopher Reeves, but why did y'all let him direct this movie? Anyways, Vera Miles, beautiful, beautiful woman, and Janet Leigh, beautiful, both beautiful women, owning their roles as independent women in these movies. Very feminist friendly, I guess, except for all the murdering of them. But, you know, they were very strong and powerful women and very well written. And, you know, I am a strong, independent woman, don't need no man kind of ladies. And I enjoyed that. Even though Marion did want the marriage life, she was also fine with taking care of herself and is the Scream Queen. I'm sorry, Jamie Lee Curtis, your mother is the Scream Queen and you are like the Scream Princess. You're welcome. But let me know what you think about this movie down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and say that you subscribe to be entered in for a chance to win money when I draw names out of a hat on Halloween during my live stream. I'll create the link for it so you guys can start saving it, and remember to tune in for Halloween night, 7 p.m. Be excellent to each other and party on, dudes.